Good morning, or good evening. I just said good morning on my promotion. So, I said this yesterday, I'll repeat it today. Anyone who has any respiratory issues, and I've cleared this now with a few doctors, they should do breathing exercises. And they should open up their lungs, their ribcage, and all of that. And they should also, if you have circulation issues, if, for instance, you have aches and pains in your body, it's also good to put circulation in the 14 parts of the body, which is the goal of the hatha yoga practice, the physical practice. The physical practice of yoga is meant to put circulation in the body so that we can function efficiently. And it's this particular practice meant to make sure that all parts of the body have that circulation. But for a lot of us, we need to breathe. So begin like this. And the yogis say, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Some yogis use that as their commitment. And it means, may all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may my thoughts, words, and actions contribute to the happiness and freedom of all beings. So we begin with this breathing exercise, and it begins 6 counts up and 6 counts down. So we breathe in deep as we can, slowly and deep. As much as you can breathe in, then you push from the gut. As we breathe in, we suck in our stomach so the air goes up to our lungs and chest cavity. Count of 6. You can feel all of this opening up, and then you making each breath the deepest breath of the day. Mulandara Bandha, up and in. Mulandara, Uddiyana, and Jalan, up these bandhas, the locks, the root locks, all the way up. 2 more, deep breath. Suck in your stomach so you push the air up to the top. Last one. Okay. I'm going to do a second set of that same breathing exercise. Interlock your fingers. Suck some more in. In through your nose, out through your mouth. way until you're dizzy, all the way in. It's a little uncomfortable for some of you. For all of us, you learn to smile in difficult poses. That's yoga. That's the asana. And that's yoga in life. Smile and breathe in difficult poses. That's what we're going to do. And if the pose is difficult and you can't breathe, then back off. But always deep breath throughout this entire practice. Begin, hands all the way up. Interlock your fingers and go side to side. Taller as we can be, as tall as we can make ourselves. And then, tall as possible, over to the right. Also, keeping the ujjayi breath, which is, you can hear the breath through your throat. Coming in and out, like dark Veda. So you're aware of the breath. Opening up your chest cavity. Straightening your arms and your legs, locking your knees. Come on out. Raising your arms, squeezing your ears between your arms if possible. Straightening over to your left now. Same thing, pushing your left hip in and your right hip out. Round like you're rounding over a ball. Continue your deep breath. Come on up. Okay. Feel a little different than you did already. Be awake. Second set. All the way to the right. Come on up. Other side. Deep breath. Straighten your arms as much as you can. It's going to hurt a little bit. Now we're going to do our first back bend, so be very careful and gentle. Go up, lean your head back, straighten your arms. And then slowly go back and over a ball. Imagine a beach ball. Straighten your arms. Nothing makes you high. A back bend make you dizzy. All right. Second set. Take a deep breath in. Hold it in. Let it go. Here we go. Second set. To the right. Up and over. Once said this in this class, maybe a couple times, said, Chinese medicine says if your spine is flexible, then you're young. That a flexible spine equals youth. So we go forward, backwards, sideways, and we make our spine more flexible, opening up our chest cavity, our ribs, oxygen, our respiratory system. Coming up, second set is half the time. Ready? To your left. Now we're going to do a back bend into a forward bend. Begin by leaning back all the way over. Come on up. Okay, this is our first back bend into forward bend, so come forward slowly. Bend your knees. Move them back and forth. Now put your hands under, your fingers under your heel, behind you. Bend your knees. If you can do that, then that's all you need to do. And if you want, you can straighten your knees or bend, put your chest on your knee. And if you can, then straighten your leg, your knee. Pull as hard as you can against your heel. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is Uttanasana, or chair pose. Straighten out your arms, bend your knees, push your butt back, and straighten your back, or even make it as much as a back bend. Make it feel like a back bend. So here we go. Sucking your stomach up and in. On up. Now we're going to do it on our toes. On our tippy toes. Come on down. Toes up, heels up on our tippy toes. Straightening your arms, shoulders are back, chest is forward. A little bit of a back bend. Come on up. Okay, the final part of this pose is Uttanasana. On our toes again. Knees connected. Squeezing your knees together so that the stomach goes up and in. Come on down all the way. Slowly. Squeezing your knees together. You're down. Leave your butt a little bit off your heels. And then bounce a little bit. Come on up slowly. Roll your shoulders. Again, deep breath. Going to the second part. Again, the breath is the core of your practice. The bandhas are up and in. Stomach is up and in, causing the breath to open the chest cavity and the lungs. So your gut, even a fat guy, gut is in. Even a skinny guy can feel the muscles. Come on, down. Chair pose. Ujjayi breathing. Practices to smile and breathe in difficult poses. On and off the mat. This is the asana. Look for a comfortable seat. Yogis have a scripture, Stiram Sukha Asanam. It means steady, joyful pose. That the yogi should have a steady and joyful relationship with Mother Earth. That is in the yogic scripture. Come on up. That's the only scripture that, one of the three scriptures possibly, that refers to the asana practice. The physical practice of yoga, which is not outlined at all until the most recent of the three gifts from God, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. But in the Yoga Sutras, refer to Stiram, Sukham, Asana, steady, joyful pose. Asana translates into pose or seat. So when you're doing the physical practice, you're doing the asana practice. Each pose is a seat. In the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, on your toes, knees together, squeeze, come on down. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika says, if you get one pose right, you turn into a ball of light. So when no one is doing it right, don't worry. All doing alternative poses until we get it right. Bounce. Catch. Slowly come up. Here we go. So we're all learning the pose every day. Some look like they're doing it right, but we're all struggling, all refining the pose until everything is in perfect order. The smile, the perfect breath in and out, the bricks are perfectly aligned, and the mind is wholly focused on God. Chair pose. Not chair, I'm sorry. What the fuck? Eagle pose. So right arm is under the left, squeezing the shoulders together, squeezing, pulling the shoulders down, bending our knees, right foot up, and all the way around, if you can. If not, just like this is fine. But if you can, here's an example of what the full expression should look like. Of course, I just said, we're all struggling with these poses. Not even Bikram, who got it from his brother, who was a monk for Paramahansa Yogananda, who got it from Babaji in the forest. Except for Babaji, unless you're enlightened, you never get a pose right. Squeezing everything together. So this idea of getting the pose right, perfect asana. Something we're working on, but it's always refining itself. So the yogi is the one who smiles while trying. In the most difficult pose, the yogi has a smile. Bend your knees. Left leg up and over. Squeezing like a rope, wrapped tight. Come on up. I'm going to do a second set of that. Deep breath in. Let it go. Second set, eagle pose. Squeezing your arms together, wrapping them tight like a rope. Rinsing everything out like a wet rag. Bend our knees, lift our right leg up high, wrap it all the way around. Tightly wrap that ankle around you. Right ankle around your left ankle and squeeze it. Make your gut feel everything. Squeezing so tight, it ends up in your Muladhara Bandha or your root chakra or your core. It's feeling everything. Arms are tight. Squeezing, squeezing. Come on up. Last eagle coming up. A little dizzy, that's good. A little nauseous, that's good. Challenging yourself. Such simple poses in some cases for some of us, but there's always something to learn about the subtle body, which improves the pose and makes it more difficult or more challenging as you get further down the road and doing the same asana, the same sequence regularly. I like to remind people that in standing mountain pose you can sweat if all your body's engaged. Come on up. Okay, you can take a sip of water if you have one. Now we go into head to knee. So this is a head to knee. But you can also have a full expression of the head to knee where you hold your feet. And after you hold your feet, if your left knee is locked, stretch your right leg. Hang out here with me. Take some deep breaths. Ujjayi breathing. Stomach is up and in. Other side. Take your time, come down. Take a deep breath in first. Let it out. Second side, head to knee. Head to knee. Head to knee. Straighten your legs, especially your right knee. It's okay if your left knee is a little bent. The right knee should be locked. The reason you call it head to knee is because that you should put your head to your knee in the final and full expression of the pose. Okay. Now we're going to do dancing Shiva. Well, let's do a second head to knee. Take a deep breath in, all the way to the top. Let it out. One more time. Okay, second side, head to knee. Right knee up. Hold on. Take your time. This is fine. If you want to extend the right knee, go ahead. Down. Roll your shoulders. Again, deep breath in. Hold it in. Let it out. Left side. Come on up. Hold it right there. Smile. Hang out with me. Gut is up and in. Shoulders are back. You're pulling as hard as you can. Flexing your left foot. Straightening your knees. Putting on a smile. These poses are meant to put circulation in all 14 parts of the body. Open up all the channels. They refer to it as nadis, the yogis call various energy centers. Oh. Did we do Dancing Shiva? No, Dancing Shiva coming up. Open your right hand like you're about to pick up some money. Somebody's going to give you some money. Lift your left leg up. Hold on to your foot. Straighten your right leg up. Hold on to your right foot with your right hand. Straighten your left hand. Kick and lean forward. Dancing Shiva. Kicking and stretching equally. Pulling and pushing. Pushing your right leg back. Pulling it with your right arm. Stretching out of it. Kicking and stretching simultaneously. The harder you kick, the better you balance. Come on up. Other side. In, breathing in, letting out. Okay. Left leg up, holding left hand with left hand. Right arm straight up. Charge forward. Same drill, kicking and stretching. Smiling. Come on up. We're going to do a second set of that too. This is a smile and breathe exercise, creating challenging positions in which we get to smile and being careful and practicing ahimsa with ourselves, our body, not doing anything that hurts, but challenging the body and the mind. And so in this practice, you're opening up all your channels and working all 14 parts of your body, building mental strength as well as physical strength. This is the purpose of the asana practice. Asana means seat. Again, every pose is a seat. That's the practice. To make every pose comfortable. Difficult poses in life become easy. You create ease from what used to be discomfort. So after you do this, when the car horn blows, you say, I just did a twisting triangle, bitch. You're not going to upset my day. Smile. Know that they're struggling too. Be happy. Practice love. This is the goal of the yogi, to practice love in all poses. We are all doing the best we can. If we knew that the key to happiness was to give happiness to others, we fully knew it, and that would be our only job. But until we know the self fully, we will not know God, and vice versa, the same. Pulling, stretching. Come on up. Widening our legs just enough. Lean forward. All the way over. Straightening your spine, putting your head, your forehead between the feet if possible. Straighten your legs. You don't have to get all the way down here. Remember, I started, I couldn't even get past halfway down. So just go bend over a little bit. Let your spine hang. Pulling your arms as much as you can against your heel. Flexing your muscles. Pulling. Straightening your legs, straightening your legs, straighten your legs. Do something a little different here. Lift your arms up and over. So just hang out for a little while. Opening up your chest. Don't forget your ujjayi breathing. Deep breath. Let the blood rush to your head for a bit. Come on up slowly. A little dizzy. That's okay. Breathing. Opening up everything. Okay, now we're going to go into one of Yogananda's triangles. So it's a bent leg triangle. Let's begin with Warrior One. Knee. Open up to Warrior Two. Charge. Open your chest up to the sky. Your elbow is opening up your left elbow. Your left knee, rather. Elbow is pushing your left knee. Your hands are not on the ground. Your core is holding you up. Taking deep breath. Opening your chest to the sky. If you can help it, don't touch the ground. Come on up. Other side. Bend the right knee. Turn your hips as much as you can. Warrior one. Opening up to warrior two. Stretching. When you're ready, your knees are bent enough to go on down to a triangle. Again, your fingers could be pointing between your first and second toes, but your elbow is pushing open your right hip. Opening your chest to the sky. Deep breath. Okay, we're going to do that again. This time we're going to do a traditional triangle. Before we do that, we'll go through a Surya Namaskar A. Or B. Let's do Surya Namaskar B. Begin with a chair pose. Hold it in. Guts up and in. And fold. Look up, step back, chaturanga, push-up position, come on down, halfway, upward dog, downward dog. Just like last pose, step forward. And begin with a warrior one. Go to a warrior two. Straighten our right leg or left leg. Right leg this time. All the way, lean forward, forward. The triangle is with a straight leg. Straight leg triangle. Put a big smile on. Open your chest all the way up. Another deep breathing opportunity. Maybe you want to grab the inside of your right leg and turn and twist open as you take deep breaths. Come on out. Doing the same thing on the other side. Bending your knee. Warrior one. Warrior two. Open all the way. Straighten your left leg. Lean forward. Traditional straight leg triangle. Open your chest all the way. And again, if you feel up to it, wrap your right leg arm around. Grab the inside of your left thigh and open your chest. Deep breath. Always expanding the chest cavity. Keeping a grin on the face. Somebody yells at you, you're like, okay. Life gets tough. You think it's tough. It's all on the outside. The smile comes from the inside out. First, you're faking it, of course, sometimes. You don't want to smile. But the more you smile in difficult poses, the easier it gets. Okay. Now we're going to do head to knee pose. So we go back where we were. Lift your hands above your head. All the way forward. Rounding the back this time. Straightening the legs, putting your head on your knee. Deep breath. Ujjayi breathing, you can hear it from the back of the throat. Like Darth Vader. In and out. I appropriately nicknamed this particular practice for those who have respiratory issues the corona killer, because if you have corona, you got to move, got to promote circulation, you got to breathe. Deep breath, circulation, get up and move. Other side. Stomach is up and in. Come on up. Okay. Now we're going to go into a simple tree pose. But as simple as it is, there's a lot of magic in the tree pose. Lift your right leg up to here, your ankle. Lift everything up, and it's all about your posture, and up and in, your Mulandhara, Uddiyana Baddha, Jalandhara. Your shoulders are back and down. Your back is straight, not bent. Tall as you could possibly be as a standing person. Arms, shoulders back. Arms awake and engaged. This is a tree pose. Another version, you lift your leg up over your knee. Anywhere over your knee, but not below. Anywhere below, but not on the knee. Open up your hips. Open your hips, which in both situations, whether it's against your ankle or against your thigh, you open your hips. Same idea, same drill, up and in from the anus or the sacrum, all of that up. Shoulders back, straight up. And when you push your foot against your thigh, it seems like it makes you even taller. Everything is working to lift up and out of the muscles. We're not flat on our muscle. We're up, lifting. And it comes from the core. We're lifting. And you squeeze your foot, you can feel your core working. Go into a prayer pose now and smile. Even as you feel taller and taller, lengthening everything. Lengthening the vertebrae between every part of your body. And keep grinning. Keep smiling. Come on down. Other side. Same thing. Up and out. Up and out. Tree pose. Opening that hip. Again, everything is lifting up straight. Smiling. Keep Keep smiling. No matter what they put in front of you, the practice is to smile and breathe in difficult poses. God will handle the rest. There we go. Okay, now we go into our first Shavasana. First of a series of corpse poses. These poses on the floor. Well, before that, let's just do this. Let's get into a crouch and open our hips with our elbows. Take deep breaths in. Opening our chest. Giving God the glory. Glad that our standing poses are over. Now we begin to lie back. Rest just a bit. Drift off for a second. 10 breaths. 3 breaths. 10 seconds. 3 deep breaths. So we begin now with wind removing pose. The floor series. Bring this right knee up. Wrap your fingers around each other and squeeze your right knee on the other side, away from, as much as you can, your rib cage. The knee should touch the floor. Good luck. But in the short term, you're squeezing the knee, squeezing it, pushing it, the hip open, 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 pulling as much as you can. This is like lifting weights. You're pulling so much. Keep smiling and breathing, pulling. Other side. Same thing. Lock your hands, lock, and pull your left knee to your left shoulder, in under your left shoulder, on the ground. Straightening your right leg. Pulling as much as you can. Okay. Now both knees, this time the knees are together, not trying to go on the outside, but on the inside. And you squeeze the elbows together. You squeeze it. Now the idea is to make everything flat, including your sacrum. That's very tough. But you remember, you're trying to get your entire butt on the floor, even though you're doing this pose, but you're squeezing as tight as you can, stimulating your digestive system, really opening up everything, flexing your muscles because you can't help it when you're pulling. Okay, now we begin. We'll do a Cobra Pose. Roll over to your stomach. Look at me. Stomach. Lift up. Now when you're coming up with your hands, maybe, but you're going to lift your hands and barely touch the ground. Let your back do the work. Cobra Pose. Smiling. Lifting. Cobra Pose. Okay. Let's twist that out. Deep breath in, out. I'm going to take a little bit of a switch here. Begin a whole back bending series. So we can start here. Just do like this and hang out here. As we feel, go back, put your hand on your heels, hold on, push your hips forward, chest up, deep breath. Deep breath. Again, this spine, come on out. Okay, we're gonna lay on our stomach and reach back and grab our right foot if we can with our right hand. Grab our left foot with our left hand. Pull and push. Lifting your feet off the ground if you can, but pulling chest open. Pulling, stretching. Going down. We have time. We're going to do a second set of that if we can. You can also just come into a cobra with your hands like this, and you're pulling your elbows back and your chest forward, lifting your stomach and everything off the floor. It's another cobra that anyone can do. Just come on your elbows, lifting your chest open, taking deep breaths. Deep, deep breath. Or you can go back into another wheel pose, bridge pose. Well, not bridge, but wheel. In fact, we're going to do bridge next. Pulling and stretching. Stretching and pulling. Let it go. Okay, now we're going to lay on our back. And we're going to do a bridge. We haven't done that recently. You see me? Okay. Now, lay flat, legs like bent legs, and lift up. Pushing your hips up, your chest open, elbows on the floor, but shoulders back and down, pushing. Okay, I'm going to do a second set of that, so just relax, hang out here for a minute. Take a deep breath in, as far as you can. Let it out. Okay, second bridge pose. Pushing your feet into the floor, lifting up everything as high as you can, pushing your chest forward, your stomach and gut up. Deep breath. Going down. Okay. Now we begin forward bends. So come on up. And begin, even though we finished our hanging forward, just letting our spine hang forward. Come on down. Butt cheeks on the ground, pulling the butt back, back. Straightening spine. Come on forward and over. Hold on to your toes if you can. Straightening your hamstrings, thighs. Pulling your chest forward. That's the number one thing we're trying to do here. And once the chest is all the way forward, if you want to, you can just come on down. Come on up. Bring your left foot in. Now this is not going to be the compression version. Going to reach up forward all the way over your leg. It's kind of like head to knee, but you're pulling your chest forward, opening your thigh. Lengthening your spine. In the vinyasa practice, each pose and movement is tied to each breath. So as you move, everything moves in sync with the breath, if possible. Come on up. Okay. I'm going to do a twisting pose. I see it's not that much time left. So open up your chest and everything as you twist. Adho Matsyendrasana, or the full expression. You bend your left knee, put your right foot on it, make sure both of your butt cheeks are on the ground. Lift your left hand. Twist. Grab your knee, inside of your knee if you can. Open up everything. Open up, open up. Straighten your back. Other side. And get to the breathing exercise. Opening your chest. You breathe in, up, breathe out, twist. Okay. Now we're going to go, we began with a breathing exercise, we're going to end with one. Pushing the air out. You might get disconnected, but you're pushing the air out, then you go into Shavasana, which is corpse pose. Count 100 times.